Hello, everyone, and welcome. Today, we are going to get really good at a super useful part of English, the present continuous. Now, that name sounds kind of technical, right? But trust me, it's actually much easier than it sounds. In fact, you probably use it all the time and don't even know it. So let's just jump right in with a question for you. Just take a second. Think about this exact moment. What is happening right now? Well, I can tell you a couple of things that are happening. For one, you are watching this. You are listening to me. So that means you are learning English. And what about me? Well, I am speaking. See that? We're already using it. It's that simple. We use it to talk about what's happening right this second. So, here's how we're going to break it all down today to make it super clear. First up, we'll talk about when to use it for things happening right now. Then we'll learn the simple formula to make sentences. After that, we'll see how to make two different kinds of questions. And to finish, we're going to do a little practice together. Ready? Let's get started. All right, part one, happening right now. This is the main idea, the most important thing to remember. We use the present continuous for actions that are in progress at this very moment. You know, they've started, but they haven't finished yet. So, if you want the official definition, here it is. It's a verb tense that shows an action is happening at the moment of speaking. I like to think of it like taking a picture of an action. It's not about the past and it's not about the future. It is right now. For example, you are listening. That action is happening as I speak. Okay, now for the really cool part. How do we actually build these sentences? Well, it's like following a super simple recipe. Once you know the formula, you can make all the sentences you want. The formula just has three easy parts. First, you need a subject. That's the person or thing doing the action, like I, you, or maybe my friend. Next, you need the verb to be. Now, this part is really important because it changes. For I, we use am. For he, she, or it, we use is. And for you, we, or they, we use are. And for the final step, you just take your action verb, like walk, and you add ing to the end, so it becomes walking. So the formula is just subject plus be plus your verb with ing, like this. I am talking. She is working. They are playing. See? Let's look at a real example here to see it in action. This comes from a description of a painting. Okay, the first sentence. Gennaro is sitting in an armchair. Who is our subject? Gennaro. That's a he, so we use the be verb is. The action verb is sit, so we add ing and we get sitting. Gennaro is sitting. It's perfect. Now, what about the second sentence? Laura and Julia are looking. The subject here is Laura and Julia. That's two people, so it's like they. And the be verb for they is are. The action is look, which becomes looking. Laura and Julia are looking. It follows our formula exactly. So what if the action is not happening? Well, believe it or not, this is even easier. To make a sentence negative, you just add one little word, not. You put it right after the be verb. So the positive sentence is, he is working. The negative becomes, he is not working. Let's try another one. We are eating. The negative is, we are not eating. All you do is add not. That's the whole trick. Okay, look at that. You can now make positive and negative sentences. That's awesome. So let's move on to the next step, making simple questions. I'm talking about the kind of questions where the answer is just a simple yes or no. And you won't believe how easy this is. Let's take our statement again. He is working. To change this into a question, all you have to do is switch the first two words. That's it. He is becomes is he. So the question is he working? How simple is that? Let's try one together. If the statement is, you are listening, what's the question? Go on, try it. Are you listening? Excellent, you've got it. The key thing to remember is to always start these questions with the be verb, am, is, or are. Here are a few more examples. Is this your first visit to this country? You could answer, yes, it is, or no, it isn't. Here's another. Are you doing a tour now? Yes, I am, or no, I'm not. And remember Pedro's email? He asks, are you coming to see me? See how in every example the be verb comes right at the beginning? You are doing so well. We're at the final step now for building sentences. This is for asking for more information, because sometimes a yes or no just isn't enough, right? For these questions, we need our question words like what, where, why, and how. And here is a little secret. If you can make a yes/no question, then making these questions is so easy. All you do is add the question word right at the very beginning. Remember our question, is he working? Well, if you want to ask for a reason, just add why to the front. Why is he working? If you want to ask about the place, you add where. Where is he working? The rest of the question stays exactly the same. Let's look at a few more examples to see how this works. This last one is a really great one. Pedro asks his friend, what are you doing these days? Let's break that down. What is our question word? Are is the be verb. You is the subject. And doing is our action verb with ing. It's a perfect example. And it's a really great question to ask a friend you haven't seen in a while. Okay, you have learned all the rules. You know when to use the present continuous, and you know how to build positive sentences, negative sentences, and two kinds of questions. So I think it's time to put all that new knowledge to the test. Let's do a little practice. Here is a sentence from that email we saw earlier. Read it carefully. It starts with, at the moment, and you have to choose. Should it be, he's working, or he works? I'll give you a few seconds to think about your answer. Okay, got your answer? The correct choice is he's working. And remember, he's is just a short way of saying he is. So why is this the right answer? Well, look at the first few words, at the moment. This phrase is like a big signal. It tells you that the action is happening now. And for actions that are happening now, we always use the present continuous. Fantastic job! Wow, we've learned so much today. Let's do a really quick review of the most important things. First, use the present continuous for actions happening right now. Second, remember that simple formula. Subject plus the be verb plus the verb with ing. Third, to make a question, just move that be verb right to the front. And fourth, to get more details, add a question word like what or where at the very beginning of your question. And now, one last challenge for you. Think about a friend or a family member. What are they doing right at this moment? Try to make a sentence using the present continuous. For example, my mother is cooking dinner, or my friend is reading a book. You can do this now. You have the power to describe the world around you as it happens. Keep practicing, and I'll see you next time.